Hello and welcome, my Aries friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching my video. This is going to be a group reading for my friends born under the Aries zodiac sign. Today we're going to explore what to expect for November. We're going to look at the obstacles that you're going to face and some tools that will help you get throughout the month. The deck I chose for this reading is the Spiral Tarot. And then I'm going to end off this session with an oracle blessing from the Energy Oracle. Like always, there's links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Aries friends, let's see what the cards have to say. Let's look first at a card. What card is going to symbolize the month of November for my Aries friends? Alright. We have a jumper. Ooh, it's a good jumper too. Strength. The Strength is the 7th card in the Major Arcana, and it does speak about strength, but it also speaks about that ability to do the impossible. Do the things that people say you can't, and do it with your own style and grace. What a fantastic card to really have highlight November. You're going to be able to use your skills and abilities, Aries, and make things look easy and kind of fun. Really kind of open things up for people. Alright, let's look at the main obstacle. What is the main obstacle that's going to face my Aries friends in November? The Empress. She's the 3rd card in the Major Arcana. She talks about growth, abundance, and fertility. Now, it's interesting that you have a Major Arcana crossing a Major Arcana. So November's going to bring that ability for some life shifts throughout the month. So November's going to be an important month for you. What's going to be the major obstacle is really wanting that abundance piece. When we have some skills and abilities, we have to kind of let loose first. There's work to be done. That harvest piece will not come in November, and that's going to kind of really tick us off a little bit, Aries. We're going to want our rewards. We don't want to have delayed gratification. We want it now. That need for instant gratification is really going to come up. We need to let things unfold as they're going to unfold. All right. Break November down. What is the beginning part, oh, I got a jumper, of November going to look like for my Aries friends? Alright, trying to get the jumper out. So you had a couple of jumpers. The beginning of November is going to bring a couple cards. The first one is the 7 of Swords. 7s are all about that victory and challenge. There's a bit of a struggle, however, 7s are usually victorious. 7s are a lucky number. The 7 of Swords is a warning. The beginning of the month, things are going to be called out. You're going to get called out on stuff, especially the things that you're not able to do. Don't try and get away with too much. Also, watch other people for them trying to get away with too much. There's some kind of thievery / trying to work the system a bit in the beginning of November. With the 7 came the Tower. The Tower is the 16th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about that sudden, abrupt change. When we try and get away with too much, you're going to see that major shift. It really does oversee that 7. Where you may be trying to get away with something, you're going to get called on it, and it's going to be a harsh call, and it's going to be kind of a bit of a major life shift. Watch what you're trying to do over the beginning of November. Make sure that you're playing by the book. Also, and don't be surprised if past situations come back and haunt you, kind of sneak up on you at the beginning of the month. Alright, on to the middle of the month. What card symbolizes my Aries friends and what the middle of November is going to bring them? Justice. Justice is the 11th card in the Major Arcana. We're now looking at the 4th Major Arcana that's been pulled. November is really that kind of pivotal month for you. You have the opportunity to grow and do some amazing changes. In the middle of the month, you're going to see things balance out. However, that sword of truth and knowledge will still come down. This kind of blip that you're going to have at the beginning of the month is going to kind of level out. Justice will come down with her mighty sword and figure out the truth of the matter. She will also cut through any of the remaining and residual tower effects, so that abrupt change she'll lay things out in the middle of the month. Anybody who has a court situation or a legal matter will find things be balanced out, and the truthful verdict, whether it be in your favor or not, be found. On to the end of November. What does the end of November look like for my Aries friends? The Five of Wands. Fives are all about that conflict. Wands about that inner passion and fire. It really looks like you're having a bit of a conflictual November, Aries. We've got lots of change and being called on our crap. Which, again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. When we really start to be called on our stuff, we can start making those life changes. And we've got these life changes coming forward. So it's really about self-evaluation, and that's really going to help you move November, but also do some major life shifting. Allowing yourself to grow and transform. The end of the month, you're going to see people sharing their views, their passions and ideals very free and willingly with you. People love to share what they think and how they feel. Also, not only are they going to share their opinions, you're going to have some internal dialogue that's going to kind of be from here. Those, oh my God, why did we do that? That negative self-talk. Be prepared for that. And also, this life shift. Be able to resolve this. We're coming off of Justice. That balance piece is really going to be important. Our ego and our little committees inside our heads like to really talk us down. The end of November is going to be one of those times where you're really kind of having that pity party. You need to shift out of it. It's not going to help you and that growth piece or make things better or make you feel any better. Let's look at some strategies to overcome this. What's going to help overcome the challenges of the first part of November for my Aries friends? Got a jumper. It's the Queen of Cups. Queens are that nurturing motherly energy. Cups are all about intuition and emotion. The Queen of Cups is one of the most intuitive cards in the deck. There's only one other card that's more intuitive, and that's the High Priestess. That intuition is going to help you not only overcome the 7, but it's also going to help you maneuver that tower, those changes. The Queen of Cups will be very important for you. She's also encouraging you, that self-care piece that I was talking about here, where you might need to shift out of some of this negativity. That nurturing and caring for yourself is going to be really imperative at the beginning of the month. Actually, I want to say throughout the whole month. You've got a lot of kind of conflict and challenge for November. That nurturing piece is going to be really important. Taking care of yourself and really kind of giving yourself some compassion throughout November will be really helpful. All right, let's look at what's going to help in the middle of the month. How can my Aries friends... I'll just drop all the cards. I love it when the jumpers hit the floor and go under the equipment. They like to go there. A lot of fun when we get this many jumpers. Okay, so let's start off. The first one, we've got another Major Arcana. the Hangman, the 12th card in the Major Arcana, and he talks about letting go. That letting go piece not only will help the middle of the month, but as things start to swell and build from the Tower to Justice, that letting go and trusting in the universe is really going to be helpful for you. When we let things go, things don't seem as bad. When we hold on and harbor feelings or ideals, that's when things really start to feel very uncomfortable and we start to have a lot of pain and anger. With the Hangman came the King of Pentacles. Kings are that fully developed personality. Pentacles are about that growth and abundance. He's known as the Midas touch. When we start to let go and embrace the changes that the Tower and the Seven are encouraging of you, you're going to see that justice will swing in your direction. That balance piece. We said the Empress is going to be your main challenge. You're going to have those expectations. You want to have that abundance piece. The King can't produce what the Empress can, but he can produce some stuff. He has that ability. It's not on the same magnitude, but it's still just as grand. So we have that ability if we start to connect into these energies and these shifting energies. The last card to hit the floor was the Three of Pentacles. Threes are about expression and growth. Pentacles about growth and abundance. November gives you that ability, my Aries friends, for growth, major growth. You've got some major life shifting here. The Three of Pentacles talks about that skill and ability. You have the skills and abilities. We know that from the Strength card that overshadows and forecasts November for you. The Three of Pentacles talks about not only really focusing in on those skills, it also talks about working as a team. In the original deck, Pamela Coleman Smith put the Three of Pentacles as a crafter or an artisan working on a cathedral with an architect and an abbot helping him. You don't have to do this alone. You have a team. You have a spiritual team and you have a team here on earth. You have friends and family that can help you out. Access them. They're going to be a great support. Really tap into those supports as we're dealing with these changes. Having them help you with that nurturing piece, because sometimes that nurturing piece can be the hardest piece to do. Loving ourselves can be really challenging. We're the worst critic of ourselves. Let's go on to the end of November. What will support and help my friends through the challenges brought on in the end of November? It's the Hermit. The Hermit is the 9th card in the Major Arcana. Now, the Hermit talks about going inwards. You need to get away from that conflict, whether it be other people's interpretations, feelings, and thoughts, or you have your ego in those little committees that like to bring us down. Getting out of that and getting into a place of self-discovery, and again we go back to that self-care and self-love piece. That's really going to be important as you go forward. Like I said before, that nurturing will help you grow. You need to raise your vibration out of these challenges so that you can start to really embrace that Empress and that magnificent abundance that she can offer us. All right, let's look at any final supports that are going to help us bridge the challenges that November is going to bring us. That's the 9 of Swords. 9s are about all that hard work, all those pieces that we've had to deal with and overcome. Swords are about truth and knowledge. It's going to be really easy to play victim and curl up and go into those dark places. November is bringing in some challenges for you, Aries. It's going to be important to use your skills and abilities to overcome those sorrows. The Nine of Swords is known as the anxiety and depression card. It's going to be really easy to go there. With the supports, you can avoid this and overcome the Nine of Swords. And any final information that's going to help my Aries friends throughout November. The Star, the 17th card in the Major Arcana. This is your hopes and dreams. You focus on the hopes and dreams, not on the depression, not on those woe is me points. When we focus in on that positive piece, we raise our vibration. We shift these energies from negative to positive. When you focus in on the negative, you're going to get that back. You can have the ability to shift out of this, focusing in on yourself and that self-love piece, and really bring in December in a high note. However, same is true. Karma will come back. That what you put out is what you're going to get back in. What you put out there is your choice. The more work you put into November, the more shifting and higher your vibration will be going into December. Alright, let's look at what your shadow self wants to add. That's the King of Wands. Kings are that fully developed personality. Wands are about that passion. You need to have control of that inner fire because it's really easy to be set off here. That inner fire, if set to the right direction, will help give you the ability to overcome these challenges and connect in with the star rather than the 9. Your inner self wants to really encourage you to direct those dragons in that inner fire in the right direction. There are a couple angel messages that my team is screaming about. The King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Kings are the 14th card in the Minor Arcana. So angels, when you look at multiple 14s, you're looking at a time of love and spiritual growth. And that's really key here, that love piece. This is about loving yourself, changing some of the patterns so that you are able to have a better and more positive experience. Gives you that growth piece. We also have double 7s, the 7 of Swords and Strength, which is the 7th card in the Major Arcana. In angel messages, when you're looking at double 7s or multiple 7s, you're looking at a spiritual number. They're really suggesting that you reflect on your situation. This is a time of growth. You're on the right path. You need to keep going. All right, let's end off on a blessing. What blessing? We got some cards. Jumped out. Does November have for my Aries friends? Okay. The first one, envy. Like I said, you're really going to have to watch where that self-talk goes and where you're going to be pushing yourselves. Envying other people and allowing those negative thoughts will lower your vibration, and you're going to connect in with the swords rather than the star. It's a really important thing to check where your thoughts and emotions are. Do a lot of self-evaluation. That's really going to be important over the next 4 weeks. The next one, the World. You have the ability to take hold of this and make some really positive changes for yourself. Again, it's going to be what you choose. You can have the World or you can get stuck in the swords. For those who wish, you can pause the video here and reflect on the cards. This is a group reading, however these cards were drawn, or in some cases they jumped out, for my Aries friends. What further information do they hold for you? Like I said, this is a group reading. If you're looking for a more personal or specific reading, you can follow the link below and schedule a private reading with myself. For those who are interested, I will be running online, introductory, and interactive classes through Zoom over the next couple of months. The first class is on November 11th, where I'll be running my Introduction to Angels and Archangels class. Then on December 9th, I'm going to be running my Introduction to Connecting, which is a channeling class. If you're interested in both or either of these classes, you can find out more information and register on my website. I provided a helpful link below to my classes page, so you can go there directly and check things out. I hope you found this video fun and helpful, and that you were able to gain some direction and insight into what November is going to look like for you. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. I will continue to create fun and dynamic videos for my friends in the upcoming weeks. If you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'm always up for feedback from my friends. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. You never know where I'm going to go next, and I'd hate for you to miss anything. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Aries friends.